Actually, Sonic, let's just be for once and just get onto the sea, for you anyway. Oh, absolutely no way, Mario. I despise water, as I said. Oh, come on, why not? Hey everybody, this is me, Sonic the Hedgehog here, and I'm Mario here, and we're back from the Muxy Toys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of New Super Mario Bros. Wii for the Nintendo Wii. So last time we actually did done these quite a few levels in World 4, but even then we actually did done like, let's say about 5 different exits, or possibly more. I'm pretty sure it's like 6 exits, so even then though, that we actually did done 6 levels or 5 levels in that particular video. But at least even then though, that we actually get onto the almost the halfway point of World 4. And today for this episode, speaking of the halfway point in World 4, we're about to finishing up World 4 entirely, so yeah, as usual, we're gonna be heading to the Red Toad House because we need to grind for some more power-ups, and hopefully we can get them all this time. We're hoping anyway, because it depends on luck. That, it might be a bit randomized. It depends on what, Red Toad houses you might actually run into. So, anyway. Right, so let's see what power-ups that we actually get. Propeller mushroom. We need to get a propeller mushroom because, you know, the propeller mushroom is actually the best item in the game. Oh, darn it. Alright, but at least we got a mini mushroom though. Oh god, we totally forgot about that. That's kind of a hard choice. Oh, but at least we got a propeller mushroom now. And a penguin suit, so that's pretty good. Pretty good for item disposal. And we'll see what's on here. Oh, another propeller. Where can that propeller might be? Is it this one? Ah, darn it. We still gonna, like, easily get 2 Bowsers all at once. And sadly, no, Starman, though. But at least we'll actually get those until we actually get into the, Starman Toad houses. So, yeah, but even then, though, we actually got 14 Super Mushrooms and, you know, all sorts of items that we actually got, as you can see on screen. So anyways, let's head into the Ghost House level, the second Ghost House level in the game. So, not to mention that we're gonna have to deal with, once again, the secret exit, as well as the 3-star coin hunting. So, let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Yeah. I believe that much like, you know, just like how it does in World 3's Ghost House, that this level actually contains 2 exits. However though, the first star coin, you might actually notice, the main gimmick of this Ghost House level is to actually stand onto these little platforms, as you can see over there. That sometimes if you actually stand on one of those platforms, you actually descends up, and then it will actually just goes down. So, yeah. Okay, so you probably noticed where the secret exit is. If you see that little question mark block is actually hovering for a bit, or swinging back and forth, stand on there for a few seconds, and then it appears to be a door over there. And also, much like the secret route onto the World 3's Ghost House, is that it also contains the third and final star coin as a result as well. So, yeah, there's gonna be plenty of chances where there's gonna be rare occasions where the third star coin will always have to be on the secret exit route. So that kind of a bit of a, well, observation, obviously. Okay, so we need to avoid that big boo because we don't want to die accidentally for that part. And yeah, mind out for these little purple objects, that's what they're trying to chuck at us, because if they do, then, especially when it's noticeable in small form, then we're pretty much going to lose a life no matter what. So, yeah. So just be careful from that. So, anyway, and once again, that we don't have the hat with us. Right, so if you found a secret exit on that level, that will actually lead us to the next Starman Toad House. Alongside with that, a shortcut to the no. Sorry, I can't speak today. That allows us to actually access the shortcut to the castle level. So, it will actually completely ignore the, level 4-5. So, we're gonna go head back in here again, but this time we're gonna go for the normal exit this time around. So, even then, we're just gonna have to, like... Even then, though, the secret exit on this level is not that far. Unlike World 3's, Ghost House. So, yeah. I don't have many problems with that, actually. Yeah, so did I. So anyway, few things I just want to mention about something that, I believe when it comes to New Super Mario Bros. Wii in general, especially when it comes to like some other versions of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, that apparently there are a lot of people actually seems to got their hands on, which is the hack game called newer Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is essentially the same thing as this version which we're probably playing, but except the only difference is that it actually has a Super Mario World vibe to it. Like the world map, giant world map, and as well as that though, I think they some of the classic power-ups, mainly the Hammer Bros suit from Super Mario Bros. 3, made its own return, and then some of the level themes are actually a lot different than the ones in the new Super Mario Bros. Wii version. So even then though, that I think a lot of people seem to think that the newer Super Mario Bros. Wii is more of a definitive version of the game, is because of, or some of the time, because usually it has some level themes that are quite original, like the autumn theme level, and as well as the China level, and some space levels as far as we can consider. And yeah, you guys should probably check that out, even then we haven't exactly downloaded that game just yet. But for what I've heard of it, it's actually pretty interesting. But even then, it has been released in almost until 3 years now. It's been developed by a newer team as well. So, anyways, let us guys know in the comments below if we might actually just start to tackle through newer Super Mario Bros. Wii on during some time. Although we might actually be interested on that actually. But even then though, although unfortunately though, that we have to actually just to save that for the time being, because we might actually tackle for the main console, or in this case, just the new Super Mario Bros. Series in general. Like, even then though, we're pretty much halfway point of this game already. Or even then though, during sometime in summer that some toys else will actually do new Super Mario Bros. 2, and then eventually during almost in autumn season, sometime in September, they'll actually start to tackle through new Super Mario Bros. U. So, and then I'm not exactly sure about the remade playthrough on New Super Luigi U, because although the screen itself is pretty fine for the most part, but it's just that it feels a bit too squished for my liking. But I don't know, I guess we'll just have to find out. Alright, so as you guys can tell, we're at level 4-5, where basically the main gimmick of this level is that we're actually going to be probably encounter some more Lakitus. So it's a bit like how it does in level 2-5, but it just takes place in the beach environment. And then what's amazing about these little brick blocks, as you can see, the Lakitu blocks, as you can probably imagine, if you hit one of those, that will actually send the another Lakitu. Not only does it actually, although you still can get hit by the actual Lakitu's enemy, but he actually chucks some of these coins at you, which is actually pretty nice. Yeah, unlike certain enemies that we know that some of the Lakitus are actually constantly spamming out some Spinies. So, yeah, as far as we can consider that. Okay, so, and as you probably guys can tell, there's Yoshi in this level, so yeah, it's a good thing too, because, you know, Yoshi was so awesome throughout, so even then, he's so happy nonetheless. Yeah, but, still, we can't take him into the other levels, including some world maps in there too, so it's a bit of unfortunate for some fans out there. So anyways, so let's get into the Starman houses before we actually get into the castle levels. So even then though, no grind for some 1-ups or something like that, because again, we only got to the maximum amount right now, as far as we can consider that. So yeah, right, so, and also another thing we'd like to mention is that recently we did saw a new film which did came out during last week or something like that, which is actually based off of the 1967 film The Jungle Book. And we did see the live action version of that same name, but then for what I've watched it so far, I'm actually really impressed about that actually. Yeah, kind of thing of it, it's really really good. Like, it's even more scarier than the ones in the actual animated version of The Jungle Book, but even then, because of this little, Shere Khan is probably going to be more of a consider there. But again, much like any other recent films out there, especially consist on 2016, we're not gonna spoil the ending for that because you'll let you guys see for yourself. Yeah, so anyways. And for what if I watched it, I think it was actually really enjoyable. And even then, it's much more action, action intense based version of the Jungle Book itself. But even then, the Disney animated version is more like a child-friendly. I don't mind about it too much though. Yeah, as a matter of fact though, that well, there was a world and technically it was going to be developed in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep at first, but it was never going to be incomplete, or it's never going to complete because even then it's actually in a beta version footage or something like that or something. Gorgeous Star World will make it introduced into the Kingdom Hearts series, but sadly it's not the case. Alright, on to level 4 tower, or in this case level 4 castle, is that we're actually going to be coming across into these spike pillars. And just like the ones in the DS version of New Super Mario Bros., that these things will actually outright trying to kill you. Especially consist of, since I think last time we did saw those was actually on, at least in New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, which was actually on the 2 levels, level 3-castle, and also the level 6 tower 1. So, yeah, it's been a while since we actually saw these things. But now, rather than just actually be playing as the 2D still image version, they now actually starts to rotate a bit, which that explains why that compared to the Nintendo Wii, the Nintendo DS, it does have a capabilities of the graphical qualities. But anyways, in here we actually come across into the returning enemies in Super Mario World, and that are the Bone Fins. If you remember Bone Fins from Super Mario World, well, they're trying to go after you if they, although this time around though, however, rather than it just actually swimming around all by itself, I think what this does this time around is that if you actually get spotted by these guys, the Bone Fins will actually try to go right at you. So it's a bit like a little missile or something like that, or a torpedo for that matter, so yeah. And the reason why we came down here in the first place is because there's the 3rd and final star coin. What I highly suggest you do is that you might actually get rid of these Bone Fins most of the time. So even then, that if you actually try to get them out of the way, and then that's how you're essentially going to go ahead and grab it that way. So yeah, that's basically what we can do from that part. And even then, it's just onto that green pipe at the end. But if you're about to try to go enter it, just be sure to actually let the stone pillar actually go back to the far left, because if you bit too hasty or rushed from that part, then you should be able to actually just to get to it, no problem. Alright, second revisiting of Windy O Koopa. Last time that, I wonder what chemic spell is he going to be this time around. What's gonna happen to our room? Oh, it looks like he floods everything in that particular arena. So, that explains why. So yeah, not only that, if we're actually going to be refighting against Windy O Koopa, is that if she's still in underwater, especially the ring projectiles, as you can see, that everything slows down. So, and then when they go out, they just start to go into normal speed. So yeah, at least that's what I was considered that. Oh, don't let the water go flooded. Yeah, because you can't actually jump on her when the arena was actually flooded. So even then though, she's pathetic easy, especially if you actually don't let the water actually just flooded the arena, as we said. So there we go. That concludes World 4. Or is it? And it looks like the airship is taking off, but Bowser Jr. stayed put. So does that mean World 4 is entirely over? I'm not exactly sure actually. Although, I don't know why that bridge was there. Although, granted though, I think we actually come across into... Oh, okay, World 4 wasn't exactly over yet because we only got one more level left. So, I believe what this meaning that if you see that cutscene where Bowser Jr. is having a contact with Mario and all that, while the airship was actually taking off before Bowser Jr. just actually confronts with the Mario and especially Luigi and these two colored toads, then the world itself wasn't over yet, because you know, if you saw one of these cutscenes, that means the world wasn't exactly over. So even then, we only got one more level left in particular world. So here we have World 4 airship, and just like the ones in Super Mario Bros. 3, if you guys remember the airship levels from Super Mario Bros. 3, and they're back and forth here, but except the only difference is that they're not harder this time around, and especially they don't actually force you to actually deal with these other scrolling sections. At least it did on Super Mario Bros. 3, because that was so hard. But yeah, as far as we can consider that, yeah. So as far as we can consider that the airship levels will make you dead, and we're not even kidding. So there's lots of flamethrowers, and hey, at least there's a checkpoint at least. So at least even then, the airship levels in this game rather, is actually a lot easier this time around. So yeah. So, yeah, let's go ahead and enter this green pipe down here, because the reason why we're going to enter here is because, oh, we have this little, screw platforms, as you can see, since Super Mario Bros. 3. So, even then, that we actually come across into the second star coin, as we can probably going to grab it. So, yeah, that's basically what we can get from that. Right, so let's see if we can actually go ahead and just get the third and final star coin from. I believe the third and final star coin was actually a bit difficult at first if you're actually first time playing the game. But once you actually try to figure out until a few years later or a few attempts time, you should be able to deal with this. Basically, all you have to do is just pass or just stop the bomb and then chuck it onto this crate, as you can see, which was breakable. And basically, that if it blows up, then you should be able to get the third and final star coin, as you can see. So even now, we did this for the first try. Yeah, I'm quite surprised about that, actually. So now we have this little small room, which contains propeller blocks for some reason. And let's see if we can actually take off. And if we do that, then this will actually lead us to the next boss, which was Bowser Jr. And basically, here we have the first phase of Bowser Jr. Basically, all you have to do is just basically, it's pretty simple. It's just basically you have to use the propeller blocks in order to defeat him. Basically, every time when you fly, you have to press the D-pad down in order to dive right at him. And then if you do this 3 times, then that's all you do. So, yeah, pathetically easy though still. So, yeah. And I believe that wraps everything up for World 4 pretty much. So, even then, that was kind of long to a small extent. But somehow we still ended up not getting a princess just yet. But somehow we got kicked out of the airship. Thanks to that bridge has been collapsed. So, yeah. All the star coins has been collected in World 4. And now we're going to be heading to World 5, which just takes place in a forest nature. And the Koopaling for this world is Iki Koopa. Yeah, Iki Koopa. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. Now, before we end things off here, that we might actually do a, much like how it does in New Super Mario Bros. Playthrough, we might actually show off some of the cannon levels that we can actually enter to. So, you know, just like how it does it where Mickey does that in the New Super Mario Bros. Playthrough on that. So, for now, let's head into level 1-cannon, where if you hop into that level, this will actually hop in, or if you hop into that cannon rather, this will actually lead us to World 5. And I think this also the same applies to World 2 as well. So, yeah, we'll figure that out until straight away. So, yeah, for that world, it does feature some of the regulars in the background, as you can probably tell from that part. And as far as you guys probably already know, the game will get pretty dang ridiculously hard until later on, or in this case a bit difficult later on, because even then they'll get you some trouble in some areas. But we'll might as well actually just save that up in the next video eventually. For some reason, it doesn't have this little desert-themed music on this particular level, unlike the DS installment. But even then, it's probably because of the limitations of, I don't know. Okay, so that also leads us to World 5 if you hit into World 2-Cannons, so yeah. So, we're gonna have to finish this video just about right here, and there's no option to save though, so that's kind of stupid, but anyway. So, next time on Let's Play New Super Mario Bros. Wii, is that we're about to be exploring World 5, so we're halfway done with the game, so see you guys next time. Later fellas, see you then.